this time.
Well, I'm going to speak for both of us when I say I think we clean up pretty nicely when you think about the weather on the sidelines tonight.
Just a little bit. We were getting rained on during our
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 p.m. live shots, but still had a lot of fun. And, you know, the teams, even though it was raining out, still aired out the ball a little bit tonight.
It was nice to see. I had a rain jacket on, hood up, zipped up. All right, well, a huge night on deck for teams all across the Susquehanna Valley tonight. Welcome into the Week 6 edition of Football Friday. I'm Bethany Miller.
And I'm Jacob Hall. Games with playoff implications setting the stage for a big second half of the season.
That's right. Let's begin first with a rare non-conference matchup this Friday night, the battle for the Gerskelen Trophy in Shillington.
The list of names that have been a part of this game could go on forever. I mean, it's a historic game for Berks County, so to be a player or a coach in this game is really a special thing.
These kids know these guys. They're going to be, you know, middle of the winter. Somebody's going to be chanting what the score was at the basketball game. So I said, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Exciting matchup. These schools separated by just 4 miles, so bragging rights on the line. Governor Mifflin and Wilson. The Bulldogs strike first tonight. Maddox Gruber hits Jaden Carpenter on the screen. He picks up a block and takes it in for 6. Bulldogs out in front 7-0. The Mustangs, though, would have an answer. Grady Garner takes the pitch, makes a cut, runs 38 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. That ties up the game at 7. The Mustang student section all fired up after that score. Governor Mifflin would take a 14-7 lead early in the second. Javian Pletz fakes out the defense there and scores on the quarterback keeper, but Wilson would take control after that. They led 22-14 at the half and went on to win 43-20. The Bulldogs are 5-1 on the season.
I saw you jump when they lit those fireworks.
I did.
I'm not going to let you get away with that. Now to Hempfield High School. They got to give you a warning. Another trophy game in Week 6 between the Comets and the Black Knights. First quarter, Hempfield's Derek Catch has a pass deflected, but he comes down with it. And he is going to scramble for the first down. Move those chains. Nice play there. Same drive. This time Cam Marchson comes down with a catch here. Right into his hands. Why not? Take it to the house. 29-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. Hempfield takes a 7-0 lead, and the Black Knights blank the Comets tonight. The final 36-0. Well, now it's time for our first fan vote of the night. We asked you, the viewers at home, to tell us who you think was going to win in Week 6.
By just a slight margin, the fans picked Cocalico to go on the road and beat the Barons at home. Let's see if you at home were right. Cocalico has the ball here in the first quarter. Josh Meyer, QB keeper, he's going to tough it out into the end zone. The Eagles out to a 7-0 lead. A strong run there from Josh Meyer. The Barons, they also answered right away. Ray Lewis to Javier Morales with the defender all over him, makes the incredible grab in the corner. The Barons tie the game with that score, but the Eagles end up running away with this football game. It's Braden Epinette. We'll see it in just a second. Cocalico ends up winning a big one on the road. They take down the Barons 30-14. Continuing in Section 3 LL action tonight, it's Garden Spot and Warwick going head-to-head. Warriors, Malachi Rodriguez takes the rock and in for the touchdown. Shouts out his mom and dad after the score. Gotta love it as well. Warwick goes on to beat Garden Spot at home, the final 21-6.
You got to give love to mom and dad, okay? Well, in Section 4, let's go to Octorara as the undefeated Pioneers and Braves do battle in this one. Look at the fog in the background of this one. 12 seconds left in the second quarter. That's Caleb Housey. Pass to Emery Fleur. The PAT is good after that touchdown, 38-0. Lampeter Strasburg wins big, though, 45-0 the final. The Pioneers are 6-0 on the season.
LS looking really good so far this year. In Section 5 of the Lancaster-Lebanon League, it's Hamburg and Lancaster Catholic, both teams unbeaten in section play. Third quarter here, Catholic down 7. Brandon Way gets the handoff, runs up the middle for the 10-yard score. The PAT, though, no good, made it 14-13. Same score in the fourth. Hamburg quarterback Tyler Shuey keeps it himself for the 2-yard score, 21-13 Hawks. Now Hamburg trying to ice the game. Watch this play right here, speed option. Blaze Ernst was on fire all night, takes the pitch, reverses field and takes it down to the Lancaster Catholic 2-yard line.
Whoa.
He would punch it in a few plays later. Hamburg wins 28-13. Now let's go to the York Adams League for a huge matchup tonight between Central York and Dallastown.
This is a game with huge playoff implications. The Panthers coming into this matchup with just one loss. That was back in week 2 against Manheim Township. The Wildcats, they want to protect home turf, move to 6-0. Dallastown quick to strike in this one. Michael Scott, who else, punches it into the end zone. Wildcats up 6-0 after a muffed extra point. Look at that student section. They weren't letting the rain get them. Panthers slowly getting their momentum going. Brooklyn Nace scrambling. Watch this. Saxton Sukanik wide open in the end zone. Central York would take a 7-6 lead. Dallastown head coach Levi Murphy with a message to his team heading into the second quarter. Murphy talks, Wildcats answer. Handoff to Christopher Cromartie. He is in the end zone. Wildcats up 13-7. Now Penn State commit Matthew Parker would rattle off back-to-back field goals to send the Panthers into the locker room tied at 13. This game goes into overtime. Wildcats take a 27-20 lead, but the Panthers can answer. They get a touchdown and then they go for 2 and the win. Tyler Fry take it home. 2-yard touchdown is good. Look at that. Central York spoils the Wildcats homecoming. Hey, you gotta do it when it's deserved. They deliver Dallastown their first loss of the season, the final in overtime, 28-27. Hey, shout out to Sports Shooting Stars too for that.
Gotta love it. Southwestern and Red Lion now, the Southwestern band getting the crowd excited for this one. Third quarter, Bryce Graham passed to Jake Graham to put them on the 1-yard line. An incredible catch there. And the next play, Austin Rollman rolls into the end zone for the touchdown. The PAT is good, 26-16. Now we go late in the fourth quarter of this one. Red Lion on offense. The ball is deflected, and Southwestern's Brooklyn Calcutt, a great play to get that interception to seal the game. Southwestern wins 26-16. And do not change the channel because more Football Friday is headed your way. Week 6 just getting started.
History made tonight in Harrisburg. Don't miss the touchdown pass. It's now in the record books. We've got that next. She had an assignment and she killed it. The Bishop McDevitt cheerleaders
They did a great job.
welcoming us back to Football Friday tonight, the Week 6 edition. And tonight, there is history on the line, Jacob.
That's exactly right. Altoona making the trip over to Bishop McDevitt for a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup. Watch this. Early first quarter, Stone Saunders makes history, becoming the all-time career passing touchdown leader in Pennsylvania high school football history, number 177 for Saunders, though. Late third quarter, this is a great game. Altoona, Mark Harrington Jr. with the 2-yard quarterback sneak. This ties up the game at 21. But now we go over to the fourth quarter. The Crusaders with the football. Nazir Jones-Davis, Bethany just refuses to be taken down. He gets in for the 19-yard score, just breaking tacklers. Crusaders up 28-21. Now, less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Altoona in the red zone, but they fumbled the football. It is picked up by Lucas Lawler going over top there. Bishop McDevitt survives Altoona, the final 28-21. But here's a new all-time career touchdown passing leader in Pennsylvania.
I mean, I feel like you're as good as who you surround yourself with, and I've surrounded myself with the greatest people over the past couple of years. And I wouldn't have been able to do this without any of my receivers, any of my linemen, any of my coaches, any of my defensive coaches that tested me in practice. So I'm just so grateful for everybody at McDevitt.
I mean, I'm so happy for him. I mean, he's a generational talent, and to get this record, and you know, he was glad to get it over with, and you know, we got it over with early. So yeah, it's just awesome for him.
Well, we told y'all Week 6 was going to be the best week, didn't we? Well, now let's go to Central Dauphin East. The undefeated Panthers hosting Cumberland Valley tonight. Eagles would strike first in this one. Cameron Wolf to Brody Pines. That is a 5-yard touchdown. Takes the whole defense to get him down. He's in the end zone, 7-0 lead. Now the Panthers hit right back. The pass here to Santana Young. The catch and run for 30 yards to the house. Extra point would be no good, though, so the Eagles still hold a 7-6 lead. Touchdown dance, that one was good. But Panthers would take the lead soon enough. Leon Parsons takes the rock 34 yards. Goodbye. CD East moves to 6-0, the final over Cumberland Valley, 34-28. Well, now to our final fan vote of the night. This was a big one between two rivals entering tonight's contest undefeated.
The home team, the Golden Knights, getting the slight edge in the polls. Eastern York chosen by 51% of the fans to move to 6-0 tonight. Let's see if they're right. The battle of the unbeaten's rivals, West York and Eastern York. In this one, a foggy night as well for this game. Oh my goodness. Bulldogs lead 14-6. Julius Madden there, he makes the grab in the fog, in traffic. A huge play for the West York defense. That interception leads to the score. Isaac Roberts, 2 yards out. It's a QB keeper into the end zone. West York up 21-6. The Golden Knights, though, trying to claw back in the fog. A blocked punt, Ethan Scrignoli to the house. A 2-point conversion, though, no good. The Bulldogs end up winning this rivalry, moving to 6-0 on the season with a 20-18 win over Eastern York.
We're so sorry we're laughing, but that fog was
crazy.
Well, kids are fired up for Bermudian Springs and Biglerville tonight. Past their bedtime, apparently, too. Third quarter, 14-6. Eagles. Lane Hubbard rolls out, finds a wide open Jack Ghosh for the score. 21-6 Bermudian. The Canners would look to answer. That's Bo Forney scrambling for a big gain. He's going to take a huge hit out of bounds, though. 2 plays later, looking deep. Going to be picked off. Brooklyn Hernandez, as the crowd goes wild. He's going to get a big return here before finally brought down. Eagles go on to win this game, the final 28-6. Let's continue in York Adams Lake. Jacob, it's my old stomping grounds.
The most famous Susquehannock alum.
But don't go that
Miller.
far. Don't go that far. Old stomping grounds, Susquehannock High School. They had a whiteout, too. Whiteout before the whiteout. Hosting undefeated New Oxford. Colonials on the board first. That was Carter Hawk to Brady Holmes. 7-0 New Oxford lead. Then later in the second, Susky trailing 21-0. Ooh, look at that catch.
Great catch.
Joe Fuller in for the touchdown. New Oxford, though, my Warriors couldn't get a win tonight. The final, 38-21.
And we wrap up tonight's edition of Football Friday at Hanover High School. The Nighthawks winless in this one. They are hosting Littlestown. Thunderbolts look to go up 2 scores here. Nate Albert with the catch, but the Nighthawks force the fumble in the red zone. A big-time play there, but Littlestown gets it right back. Brody Biddle lobs it up to Colton Cabrick. He comes down with it. Just another great catch in the end zone. Littlestown wins 27-7, their 4th win of the season.